Welcome to the In Her Light podcast, where we talk about all things energy, ascension, 5D business and manifestation, and the courage to stand in your light and shine no matter the fuck what. I am your host, Simone Hodgins, and this is In Her Light. Hello, my loves, and I am so excited. This is my first podcast episode of In Her Light, and I have so much to share with you moving forward. This podcast is all about helping you to remember who you really are, how to really combine the spiritual side of you, the gifts that you have, the desires that you have, and the masculine business structure that needs to be there to hold all of your state of being in place so that you can create the impact and the money and the freedom that you are looking for, because that's what we're here for. We did not become entrepreneurs so that we can struggle and beg for clients and take whoever will sign up with us, or chase people down, or drop in people's DMs and do all the things that we don't really want to do. So that's not the way we're supposed to be experiencing our soul-guided and soul-led businesses. And so this podcast is really all about giving you incredible tips and tools so that you can live the best life, your best personal life outside of your business, and create a business that is an extension of your natural expression that is authentically you. So forgive me, I am just getting over a very tough cough and cold that I've had for a few days. And so I might lose my voice a little bit, but I committed to starting this, and I am so excited about connecting with each and every one of you. And so if you do want to connect with me, please feel free to reach out to me. You can sign up for my email newsletter. You can go to my website, or you can go to Instagram or Facebook and message me there, because I am always around. So what I want to say is this is a new paradigm. We are in the midst of the greatest evolutionary shift in human consciousness ever. And so there's a lot of things coming to light. There's a lot of things collectively happening and being stirred up. And then there's a lot of things going on inside of us that are being stirred up and activated and, given the opportunity to clear. And so it's really, there's so much going on, because this is about creating a new way of being. It's not anymore the old paradigm of hustle and work hard and work your ass off. And I know a lot of people out there are teaching that. And then, there's a lot of people teaching go really far the opposite direction. But this is a paradigm of really shifting from a frequency of operating from a state of fear and core wounds, and moving more into a state of following our desires, moving forward from a place of surrender, of love, of expansion, of excitement, of our highest excitement and desires. Because literally your desires were put on your heart. They are a part of you. They are in your DNA because you are meant to have them. They're not put there so that you can, wish for them or hope for them. They're actually yours to have. Every one of us is born pure potential. Nothing can change that. So your desires are truly the compass that is leading you down the pathway that is meant for you. Most of the time we spend our lives in that field of predictability, where we allow the desires of our families, of our friends, of the things that we think that we need to do or be in order for us to get love or acceptance. We use that as our map more so than our own desires. And so if we were really authentically true to ourselves and our desires, who would we be? What are the things that we would be doing? How would we be behaving? What are those things? And those are the map that will get you to the desired result that you want to experience in your life. And so in this podcast, there is going to be so much. We're going to be talking about manifestation. There's going to be so many incredible tools to help you release and clear and be your highest and best self. And so I am so excited to do this. So just coming back into your desires that are your compass, and I want to talk about embodiment with you, because embodiment is, what that means is not fake it until you make it. A lot of people are like, but if you just, act like that, it'll start to happen. But the piece of that is that with embodiment, when we are embodied in our highest potential, we are starting to take these actions, think differently, express ourselves differently. And it's not just as simple as saying, hey, I'm going to embody my highest potential and I'm just going to choose it and I'm going to fix my thoughts and I'm going to shift. No, because all of that begins with awareness, and it's awareness of where you are right here, right now, and always coming back into the present moment. And when you do that, it's when you bring yourself back into your body, embodied. When you bring yourself back into your body, this is where you have the access to the divine guidance that you are meant to work with, versus when you're outside and you're in your head and you're looking for everything outside of you externally to get fixed so that you can be good here, then you're literally doing it backwards, because you're never going to have that feeling of safety. And so that takes me to the next step, which is alignment and aligned action. And when people say, well, just get into alignment. So what does that mean? It means raise your vibe. It means think better thoughts. It means, oh, you're not feeling good, so put on some music, dance around, shake your body. These things are great, and they're super important for you to move your body, to move the energy, to not feel stagnant. But at the same time, there is a piece that is, again, your nervous system, which is your body, in your body, that is also blueprinted based on everything that it's been taught. Just like your mind, it's been programmed. And so there's this blueprint. There's your mind, which has been completely programmed. And so these are the programs that we continue running. And so from those programs, because our mind is like a goal achieving machine, it just knows that it's meant to keep you safe. It just knows that it's here to, get rid of anything that could create change that may be uncomfortable, that we don't know. And when we don't know, it's the unknown, it's unsafe. So our mind and our nervous system also need to be in alignment. They need to be in coherence. And so how we do that, again, is we do the nervous system work, we do breath work, we literally practice awareness. Awareness is when you can actually sit every day. Even I like to do half an hour a day, but if you can sit for even 10 minutes a day and just sit in awareness, you're going to notice, oh my gosh, I'm having those thoughts again. I'm thinking the same thing over and over. And so it gives you the ability to step back and become the observer. And when you can become the observer, that's when you can actually notice there's that pattern. Oh, there's that story that goes along with it. And that's the emotion that I've been feeling, that I've been either holding or I've been, just expressing in a way that is unhealthy. So when you're the observer, you can notice, oh my gosh, I'm feeling a certain way. And you can sit with it and allow it to be there and send it love and just be with it. Know that you are not it. You're not the lack. You're not the fear. You're not the disease. You're not the depression or whatever it is that you're experiencing. You are experiencing those things. You are an aspect of the divine creator in a body. And so you literally have the power within you that creates worlds. And so this is where you are being called to slow down, go within, and really sit in awareness, because that is where you're going to find your clarity. That is where you are going to connect with your higher self and your highest potential. That is how you are going to literally be so magically aligned in the things that you start to do, because it's coming from that aligned state of being. And when you are in that state of being, you make very different choices. So if I were like really stressed out about, oh my God, I've got to make this much money by the end of the week here, or I'm going to get kicked out of my house, like all these terrible things are going to happen. What kind of decisions am I going to make? What kind of results am I going to get? Because I'm going to be spinning. I'm going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to be completely contracted. And I'm not going to be in a space where I can actually get clarity on, okay, here's where I'm at. I'm totally afraid right now. And what are some of the things that I can do to move towards? Like, what's one small thing that I can do to move towards what it is that I want to create more of in my life? And in this case, it's money, right? So what are some small actions that I can take? And at the end of the day, I know that we could say, but but it's very real that I have to have this right now. But again, freaking out and worrying about it doesn't shift anything. It actually makes it worse. And so when you come back into your body and you find your breath and you practice awareness, you'll know that you're safe. You're safe right here, right now. So all of this external craziness that is happening on the planet right now is to distract you from the greatest power that you have, which is to go inward. When you spend the time slowing down and going inward, nothing can stop the power, the clarity, the connection that you have with yourself, with God, with your higher self, and your divine guidance. And so we are being called as a collective to really go within. And the next piece is really about faith and having faith. In order for you to actually have faith, you have to be able to feel safe first. So what we were just talking about was about bringing you to a state of safety from a place of feeling safe. Only then can you really tap into faith, surrender, and desire. And I'm talking about the desires of your heart, not bad desires. I mean, there's controversy around should we talk about desires as desires, but truly not desire from a bad way, but truly desiring from your soul, knowing what it is that you want to do or be or have, and knowing that it's meant for you, and knowing that it is absolute and that it is already done. And so we are moving again in this evolutionary shift in consciousness. We are moving from a third dimensional field to a fifth dimensional field. We are moving from this inverted matrix of fear that everything that we have been taught is pretty much wrong, or the opposite. And we are moving into a new, expansive, divine way of being. And in this new fifth dimensional field, it's not new, but it's new to us because we haven't been there for quite some time as a human collective. But in that fifth dimensional field and beyond, of course, that it doesn't stop there. We are accessing a very different energy, and we're coming from love. So we are actually physically shifting as well. So our bodies are becoming, this is why we're stirring up all the shit, all the shadow, all the stuff. You're so being called to look at your shadow. Your shadow is not the bad side of you. Your shadow is just the parts of you that you didn't want to see, that you didn't want to feel, that you didn't want to deal with. So you stuffed them down. They're kind of in the basement. And now someone has come with a big old flashlight, maybe a floodlight, and is shining the light on those things. And so once the light is being shined on them, they can't be unseen. And so they can be addressed. They literally just want to be seen. They want to be acknowledged. Your shadow. Okay, so the things that you have stored, the traumas, the fears, the experiences, all of it, we're not denying it. We're not belittling it. We're not saying it didn't matter. We're not saying so what. We're saying it's there. I see you. I acknowledge you. I love you. And I'm okay. And so once we start to do that and not be afraid of our shadow and give it a seat at the table, give it a voice, then the voice it's not yelling at you anymore. You know, it's like the little kid that is pulling on her mom's, pant leg going, mom, mom. And the mom's just brushing the kid away. And what's going to happen? The kid's going to get louder. The kid's not just going to go away. They might for a little bit, but they're going to come back and they're going to get louder. And so that's what we have been doing because we've been taught to do that. We've been taught to not feel our emotions. We have been taught to ignore when we don't feel, but like the way we're supposed to. We're just supposed to raise our vibe. And the way that we raise our vibration is to let go of the resistance to what is. This is one of the biggest pieces that will change your life forever. Awareness and acceptance and surrender to what is. And when you can be okay with what is, even though might not be what you want, obviously you are nature. You are meant to expand, to grow, to evolve. But when you can be okay with what is, then you let go of resistance. Someone said to me that, did you ever hear the difference between salmon and dolphins? And I was like, yeah, I was actually just thinking of that the other day because where I live, I was standing there looking at the salmon swimming up the river. We just had salmon spawning season here. And so the salmon are swimming against the current. They're working their ass off. They're fighting hard. And then they just, they do their thing. They lay their eggs and then they die. And I'm like, this is humanity. This is humanity right here. We're all fighting against the flow. And if we could just surrender to the flow and be more playful and look at life as the adventure that it's meant to be with the richness, with the highs and the lows and everything in between, then we would be like the dolphins and we would play and we would experience so much more magic because we would be aware of it. So we can create miracles because that's actually our natural state of being. Our natural state of being is abundance. It is miracles. It is magic. That is who you are. You are not all the things that you have taken on. You are not all of the experiences. And so, as I said, this is a new paradigm. We are moving into new ways of being. We are so incredibly powerful. We are waking up to the truth of who we are. And really, this is the time where you have to really get clear on what kind of impact do you want to make. And it's not about the job you do. It's not about, how happy you pretend to be instead of when, it's everything that you have within you is about just being you. And when you're sad, you feel sad. When you're happy, you feel happy. But letting go of the resistance will actually shift the vibrational frequency on the planet and help the planet. And your mission on this planet is for you to express what authentically wants to come through. It is not for you to be doing something that drains your soul, that drains your life. You're here to create a life-giving business, a life-giving life. You're here to create a life-giving life in every aspect. And how we do that is by literally authentically remembering who we truly are and expressing what is meant to come through. So this podcast, In Her Light, this movement is for me all about helping incredible, powerful human beings who are tapping in to their magic and their gifts and their true light and unapologetically learning how to shine their light no matter the fuck what is going on externally on this planet in your life, in your family, in your bank account, in your health. Stay in your light, because that is what is going to shift everything. It is not about the stuff you do, how hard you work, how much you have. It's literally surrender, go within, slow down, and everything outside will unfold so magically, so differently. So that is it for today. I have so much magic to share with you. On our next episode, I'm going to talk about how to unshakably have the most incredible faith by letting go of your limiting beliefs once and for all, because your limiting beliefs, I'm going to give you a little hint, are just the tip of the iceberg of what is stopping you from creating the magic that you're meant for. And so much more. We're going to talk about manifestation. We're going to talk about 5D. We're going to talk about ways to connect with the people that you are meant to connect with authentically and just organically. And there's paid ads, and there's, doing so many amazing things like events and summits, and there's so many ways, but they don't have to be all the ways that you do them. It's all about the things that feel aligned for you, the things that feel exciting, the things that light you up. That's the way that you're meant to build your business, because like I said, it's a life-giving business. It is not a life-taking, life-depleting, soul-sucking business. This is not what we're here for. So with that, I love you. I am so grateful for the time that you have spent with me. This is a short episode today. They're going to be sometimes between 20 minutes to an hour. Sometimes I'm just going to riff on some really incredible topics. And sometimes I'm going to bring someone on and we're going to have some really incredible conversations. So I love you, and I look so forward to manifesting and creating the magic that we are here to create. And when I say manifesting, I'm talking about bringing to life the soul-guided intentions that you have within you that are definitely an absolute. They're already done. They are in the quantum field. They already exist. If you want it, if you desire it, if you feel it with all of your heart, then it's already done and it's meant for you. So we're going to just dive into all of that juiciness, and I will see you very soon. I love you. Mwah.